Well, I mean, in all societies, the guys at the lower end, they're the labor force. They're the ones who do all the hard and the graft work and stuff.
In South Africa, it happened to be blacks.
And it happened to be blacks.
And colours.
Yeah, you know, when I went to England, it was fascinating because I go to England coming from South Africa, and the guys who sweep the streets are white. The guys who take the garbage out are white. All the cashiers are white. Because they don't have a large black labor force, but they've still got this lower class. The whole class structure hierarchies, that's natural to happen in terms of equality and inequality, and they foster in some ways in the Western culture a deliberate mechanism to keep certain parts even of their own population down in order to serve those who are at the top. And that's built into our system. And we applied that system here in South Africa. We, liberal use of the word we. I'd like to say that I didn't. But that system is applied here in South Africa, and it affects predominantly the black people. And it disenfranchises anyone who can come through. We were speaking to Bruce the other day, and he said something quite important, which I really enjoyed. He said that obviously in society, not everybody makes it up. Not everybody makes it up. But what apartheid did was that the white people who could make it up higher had a vent to get higher. They had somewhere to go. And all the other white people who didn't have very far to go were quite happy at the bottom, knowing that there was a vent. That if they did get a better education and they were a genius in a certain area and they did come up with a brilliant idea, at least there was a place for them to express themselves. But in apartheid, even those talented, gifted blacks never had anywhere to go. And it oppressed all of them, and that mindset's there. So part of the entitlement is that now, and the entitlement, yes, you might be entitled, but the entitlement mentality is that, well, I don't have to work hard for it. I've just got to get it. And it justifies the lying and the cheating and the stealing and the murder and whatever it might be. And that's manifest in society.
At the risk of pointing fingers, some of the black entitlement is perpetuated by the government.
The current government.
The current government. Some of the black entitlement is perpetuated by the current government. The anger and the criminality and the violence of blacks was perpetuated by the apartheid government. Because they had to go to war. They had to find ways to hurt back who's hurting them. But the entitlement is now perpetuated by the current government because of the promises that everybody knows that they're empty. That we will give you something for free. We will give you land. You will take something. We will give you. And that the RDP issue, the entire system, has made a black man lazy and a social welfare junkie.
You got it. The other side of the story.